Hello there. Getting all Miss Doubtfire up in here. Welcome to the Vidiots podcast episode 20. And yeah, let's hop right into this. What have you been up to?
Well, let's see. I tried the stupid Cave of Shadows.
Okay.
Well, you didn't tell me you have to go through the whole thing like 3 times.
What do you mean you have to go through?
You gotta start over. It's bullcrap.
What do you mean you have to start over?
Yes.
I went from floor 1 to 50.
All in one shot?
Yeah.
No, it doesn't work like that.
That's how it worked for me.
I couldn't get out of that one room.
That's how it worked for me.
That door was open.
Yeah.
No. I even read it online because I thought this is stupid. And no one said on there that you can do it all in one shot.
I don't remember going through it 3 times.
I had to save, you had to save your wolfling each time. It wouldn't let me go on. And then I leave and then it says you unlocked a new part. And then you have to go through the whole thing again.
Why do I not remember that?
It's stupid. I did it twice and I said, I'm not doing this again. Because I got to level 20 and it made me stop. But it saves the wolf link on there with your hearts, so I'm wondering if it'll still work.
You'll just have the hearts, whatever you had on there.
What's a fool?
Oh, well then it might work.
I don't know. That's why I stopped thinking maybe it'll still work because I don't feel like doing the whole thing.
We'll find
a
out
pain
next.
in the butt.
We'll find out next
doing
Friday.
that anyway.
You'll find out next Friday.
Pain in the butt.
I didn't think it was that big of a deal, but. Yeah.
I tried the Grand Mac. Did you hear about the Big Macs they have now at Burger King? Not Burger King. McDonald's.
No.
They have
Typo.
Mac Jr., a regular Big Mac, and a Grand Mac, which is bigger. I tried a Grand Mac. And it just was too much cheese. They used 2 slices of cheese instead of 1. It was too much for me. I couldn't handle it. I'll stick with the regular Big Mac. Thank you very much.
No
for now on. You never had a Big Mac before?
We already went through this.
We should put that on the podcast. I'm going to buy a Big Mac next week. Regular one. And you're going to try it.
Mm-mm.
Why?
I don't know. But there's a type.
That's how I tried. I got it for free. I remember the first time I tried it. Melody had it free. Well, years, long time ago, when they were dating. She gave me an extra. She said she had an extra Big Mac, and I was like, "Sure, I'll try it." And I loved it, and that was the only thing I could get at McDonald's was a Big Mac.
Ew.
It's not ew.
Did you see my
freak.
typo?
What? What are you pointing at?
The names. That's not right.
It's not right.
That's Jahala. That's Mulgara.
Uh-oh.
Sorry, we're looking at. I got the Zelda Arts and Artifacts book yesterday. I thought it was supposed to come today, but it came a day early. So it's cool though. Chain chomp. Anyway, what else have you been up to besides failing at Zelda?
Dynasty Warriors.
Still.
I told you I was just playing something in between.
How's that working out for you?
Fine. There isn't as much to do in that as there is in 8. There's a lot less things to do, actually.
Lots for less?
Yeah.
Me. I'm playing through Spirit Tracks, since that's like the only, besides Zelda 1 and 2, that's the only other Zelda game I haven't played through and beaten. So I'm working on that. Other than work, I haven't really been up to much. We got 1 week until the Switch, Chris.
Yeah.
In other words, next week when we do our podcast, we will have the Switch. We would have, maybe both of us would have played Zelda.
Yes.
At that point. So, I'm excited. And you'll get our opinions and stuff then. But I am looking forward to it. Where in the world is
What are you looking for?
Looking for Link's Awakening.
What's going in order?
Oh yeah, that's after Majora's Mask. Anywho, let's see.
Before.
Before, same thing.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah. So news.
There it is.
Yeah, there it is. There's all the
The
items.
Yoshi.
Yeah. The feather. The golden feathers. The shovel. All the keys. The face shrine. The mushroom.
They're not gonna know what you.
Looking at the items from Link's Awakening, I don't know what that is.
A bush.
Why is there a bush in there?
Mm-hmm.
You don't get a bush in the
You
game.
hit it.
Yeah.
It's an item.
There's a pot.
Yeah, see?
Oh, where's that guardian acorn? So where's the piece of power? That's not on here.
Well,
They
there's a lot of
messed
his
up.
things missing. There's no Midna.
Oh, the
True form Midna picture in here at all. Take it back. It's defective.
I'm not taking it back.
It's defective.
It doesn't
Take
have
it
the
back.
piece of power. Piece of power. Okay, anyway. News. Gaming news.
There's one.
For gaming or just...
One new news for gaming.
And what's that?
The Street Fighter next DLC character
And who's that?
is that Russian chick from the story mode.
That Russian chick.
Yeah.
Oh.
The blonde. She was at the very end of Street Fighter 3 too.
Is that cool or is that meh?
That's fine. I figured they'd take people from the story mode as the characters.
Instead
That
of
doesn't surprise me.
bringing back old ones.
Well, some old characters were. She technically, well, she was never a playable character before, but she's in another game briefly at the very end.
Well,
With
now
the
she's gonna be
with the
playable.
boss.
Now she's gonna
With
be
that boss character. It's a
playable.
pain in the butt too. Let me tell you. That guy, talk about cheap.
Just wait till you
He
have to fight.
resurrects himself.
Oh, jeez, I hate those.
Not all the time. Well, no, if he has a full super meter, he'll resurrect himself if you kill him. But if he happens to do a super move in the middle of the match, then he won't do it. Oh, that boss is one of the worst.
Yeah.
Boss,
yeah, no, I
man.
wouldn't like that.
Gil. Maybe he'll be playable.
Gil.
Yeah, his name was Gil. He was half ice, half fire. Like his body.
Is that Gil's
Yeah.
theme that Smooth McGroove does? Or is that a different fighter? Remember that
Guile.
Guile.
Guile,
Okay.
not Gil.
Well, they both start with a G. Okay.
Guile's not even in Street Fighter 3.
Oh, they announced that Clipper Snips is going to be a launch
What
title.
is that?
You never seen Clipper Snips?
No.
It's a Switch game. You're basically these two things of paper. They have eyes and legs, but it's a puzzle game. You have to work. It's 2-player. You have to work together to kind of either fit into the. You got to cut each other up to try and into different shapes
Sounds
to either
violent.
fit into holes, or there's one that you gotta clip another guy into like a circular thing that can catch a basketball, and then you gotta carry it over and make it launch into the basketball.
That sounds complicated to me.
It looks interesting, but yeah. So I don't know.
Downloadable game? What?
I think it's a download. I don't think it's a thing. Which those Switch cases, man, they're only like.
Well, their cartridges are as big as a 3DS cartridge.
Which is why
Which is weird for a console.
Yeah, I know.
Weird.
And it's. I was wondering why they didn't just go with that size, but then if they did, people might be confused
that's
with.
confusing.
Like, oh, what is this? Is this a 3DS game? Breath of the Wild? So they get it, and the kid tries to
Breath
stick
of
it
the
in
Wild.
there.
3DS
has done work.
Too much power.
But learned a lot about the Switch this week because of reviewers getting it.
Say something about they might have an update where you can use the other controllers.
What other controllers?
I'm assuming the Wii U pad and the Wiimote.
I haven't heard anything about that.
Oh, you didn't see that?
No.
They said they
Nintendo said?
Yes, they interviewed them. I don't know how that works.
I don't know how that would work.
There's
There's their excuse to getting Mario Maker on there, but
I can't see that happening anytime soon.
Yeah, I don't. So at this
Look
point,
how long it took for us to get GBA games on the Wii U. That wasn't right away. Or DS games.
No, well, that's another news that came out this week. No virtual console at the launch.
Because they don't know what they're doing.
No, actually, I think they do know what they're doing. They're trying to get the system out there with Zelda and I guess 1-2 Switch and Bomberman and
Oh boy,
all that, but mainly Zelda.
Boy.
So I think it's working for them because
I don't know.
they were
how
selling
would you plug
out.
Oh no, that's wireless. Never mind.
I was gonna say all of those are wireless. Plus, the Switch does have 2 USB ports, so they could easily take the GameCube adapter and do it that way. So I mean, like,
who knows
they have the
what
space.
they meant by that comment was future update could add. I don't understand what that means.
Yeah,
Maybe that means it'll be backwards compatible with Wii U games in the future.
How would that work? It's not their disc.
Oh yeah, you're right. What am I talking about? Downloadable.
Downloadable. Yeah. I want downloadable GameCube games. Dang it.
You never know.
True. Yeah, especially if they
You're
get the
GBA
GameCube
games on Wii U.
I'm expecting everything to return except for DS.
They haven't released all DS games.
I know, but I'm expecting
a lot.
I know they haven't released Bowser's
Bonehead,
Inside Story,
Kirby, the 3 Castlevania games. They're the ones I want.
Where's my Sonic Rushes? There's still a lot of advanced games they didn't release.
Yeah, Donkey Kongs and Zelda.
Donkey Kongs. Where's my Sonic Advance trilogy?
I don't know what they're doing now.
I don't know. They're probably waiting, honestly.
They're not.
Because I can almost guarantee you they're waiting. That's why we haven't gotten Bayonetta and Cloud amiibos.
You think that's why?
I think the reason we didn't get those 3 amiibos yet is because they're going to release them alongside Switch Smash.
We'll find out E3, huh?
Probably. It's probably when it's going to
June.
come. And I'm going to guarantee you that Smash will probably be next year. Because you got Mario for holidays, so they don't want to
usually release 2
big ones. No. So it's probably going to be like...
Or they'll say, it's coming out tomorrow. Nintendo does that.
Yeah, they do. But
like when Wii U came out, it's downloadable today. After that,
I think Ryu was not leaked until like the day of or the day before. I think. I'm pretty sure because his ending movie got leaked.
That's right. The music was that they find music clips or something.
Yeah, but it was from his ending theme from the Wii U version. His little ending movie have to be classic. The only character in Smash that wasn't leaked besides Bayonetta was Cloud. Nobody knew Cloud was coming. Yeah. But so any whoozy whatsy. Movie news, no. Music, no. Okay. So moving on to any review.
About TV?
I don't have any TV.
Yeah.
Any reviews on your end? Well, okay.
They were casting the Runaways show. Marvel. Another Marvel show they're doing.
Gosh, how many are they doing?
Well, Runaways is in development in Cloak and Dagger. And they're not even the Netflix shows.
I know that
Punisher, the Netflix show.
That's just...
That's in development.
There was a trailer going around Facebook for Iron Fist.
Yeah, that starts March 17th.
March 17th.
And the Defenders is in the summer, actually. The Defenders!
Woohoo! Oh my god, okay, reviews.
I got a lot.
I got one.
Sort of. Oh, yeah.
I got one.
You got one. Well,
Just
you
a
might as well
movie.
get your one out of the way.
San Andreas.
Grand Theft Auto, San Andreas. What did you think?
No, San Andreas movie with Dwayne Johnson.
Where do you pick these movies? You just randomly pick movies?
Well, I've wanted to see this since it came out. Just I've never.
Why? Because earthquakes?
Yeah, I'm fascinated by that
Well,
stuff.
then
It really
watch
wasn't-
Earthquake. Watch the movie Earthquake.
Which
It's
one?
an old one. It's an old movie.
There's probably a ton of movies.
Oh, there's only one movie called Earthquake.
What's the movie? I don't remember if this was Volcano or if this was an earthquake, where the guy is on a road and he uses a golf ball and it rolls along a certain direction. The guy's like, "That's it. That's the like line or whatever."
I don't know. I don't recognize that. Maybe that's Twister or something.
No, that's not Twister. That is not Twister.
Well, I don't know.
I
don't see too many earthquake movies.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, I liked it. I thought it was better than the reviews gave it.
Well,
It was interesting to see Dwayne like
The Rock.
the 50s, 40s.
Well, that's half and half.
I'd give it an 8. But
Give it an...
I thought it was fairly decent. And it was weird and kind of nice to see The Rock do more serious role than his comedy self that I always see him in.
He's in a lot of movies.
Yeah, I know, but most of the ones I've seen of him in
or his
comedy or Kitty.
Oh my.
Yeah, Central Intelligence.
Are you on a rock kick? Just gonna watch all his movies?
No.
Watch Scorpion King. Very serious.
That's
I went
serious.
to the movies to see that.
Anyway.
I did.
It was good.
Oh,
The mom in the movie, it took me a little bit, but once I realized who it was, it caught me. It's the mom from Spy Kids. And then Mr. Fantastic is in it as the mom's boyfriend, who's a jerk. And then the daughter in it is really, really blue eyes, and it was distracting me the whole movie.
You watching on
It was
HD?
No, we couldn't. It was on
Oh,
demand.
imagine if it was HD. Then
It's
really be blue eyes.
Alexandra Dabarino?
I don't know who that is. You used to IMDb it. Show.
Something like that. Who else was in that? You've never seen this movie, but the bad guy from Big Fat Liar is a professor in this movie, and he's more likable in this movie. But anybody else? There's a Chinese man that gets killed in the beginning of the movie.
How dare they?
It's like a Chinese teenager.
How dare they?
He tries to save a little girl, and then as he's running, he throws the girl because the bridge is collapsing to the professor. The professor catches him, and he gets his leg pinned. Not really pinned. He actually gets...
Spoiler alert.
It's in the beginning of the movie. And he gets this pole shoved up his foot, like through his foot.
Up his butt.
No, through his
Ow.
foot. And then he's kind of just like, go. And then the whole bridge falls, and he goes... Actually, no. The water comes and slams the bridge, and he goes with it. And, yeah. There's a lot of deaths. Like, Mr. Fantastic gets crushed by a box. A freight box.
Mm.
People get killed.
Yeah. What's it rated R?
PG-13.
Mm.
Yeah. PG-13. Yeah, okay, yeah, I give that an 8. I'd say give it a watch. I think it's better than... Some of the CGI could be done a little better. I mean, during the earthquake, it's really not that bad, but for some reason, at the beginning of the movie, they got all these earthquake things right and how it looks and stuff, but they can't animate a car flipping down a canyon.
Mm.
Like, what? Okay. Oh, well. I don't know what that was.
That is a piece of that Montreal steak hamburger seasoning, whatever she used.
Oh,
Tasted it like peppery.
it's weird. Anyway, so
Is that all you got?
That's all.
I go good.
I mean, unless I review this book, but
yeah,
there's really
you should.
not much I can say.
It's just an art book. There's
I know.
missing pictures in it, though.
Honestly,
The bums.
it's an art book. I like it. There's a lot of nice
It's
art
huge.
in here. It is huge. It's
Pretty much any artwork ever created, I think, except for Midna.
well, Minna's in it, just not true Minna.
Yeah, what the heck? Why would you not have a spoiler alert thing?
It's 428 pages long.
It's in the style of Haro Historia.
Yeah.
It's like the same format.
Oh, like
Even-
exactly. It starts off by showing you like concept art, like pretty much probably
It's a lot of the manual artwork too.
from all the
And
games. Like
posters.
I'm not joking. All the games they even have literally, when I mean this, one page for Link's
They
crossbow
don't have
training.
Hyrule Warriors though. Why don't they?
That's true. I don't think
Yeah.
Hyrule Warriors.
That is pretty dumb.
That's weird.
Boo.
Anyway, they have all the other main series games, even like Triforce Heroes and
Well, they have the remakes
stuff.
too. The GBA
Yeah.
artwork. And
GBA
HD.
artwork, HD artwork. And then they
3DS.
go through all the character illustrations from each game, like Zelda 1 and
Each
2.
character.
And they also show
Except
like
for
the
Minna.
enemies and items.
Yeah, the drawings of the items, not the actual items from the game.
Yeah, drawings
It's
of
weird.
items. And then they go into actually, what is after that? They don't have True Minna?
No.
Huh.
I didn't see her. They have a whole page of Midna, all regular. Stupid. Everybody stuck together?
Yeah, they are.
Oh, maybe I missed it. There's no index on this thing, so...
No, there's not. What's that Death Sword?
I don't remember that.
The Death
Is
Sword?
that Twilight? I don't remember the Death Sword.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
It's the mid boss in Arbiter's Grounds. I don't see her.
Yeah. I'm
It's
saying.
It's really weird. Anyway, and then they go to like some pixel art and stuff like that, which is kind of cool. But yeah, they don't have
the names of all the enemies that you may never have known before.
Yeah, this is true.
Gurham.
Yeah, pixel art.
What's that name? Hokokobuku. Hokobuku.
What? That's basically a Pokey.
Freezor.
They also give you the
box
art for both ours, like US and Japanese edition.
Really, they tell you the release dates too.
That's cool.
Which is earlier. Always earlier, isn't it?
Yeah, theirs was...
No, except for...
Wind Waker was
except
earlier.
Except for that. That was way later in Japan. Well, not way later.
It was later. This was the same year. This was the same year. Except theirs was June. Ours was October. Theirs was June, only a few days apart.
Yeah. Ocarina.
Yeah.
3DS. 3D.
And for some reason, for The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess, the original version, the Wii version came out, what was that, almost a month before the GameCube version came out.
Did it?
Yeah. November 19, 2006 was the Wii, and December 11, 2006 was the GameCube.
That's weird.
It is weird. These are around the same. It's the washer. These are a day apart for Triforce Heroes. A day apart for Majora's Mask. A few days apart for Zelda Twilight Princess HD. But a month difference between A Link Between Worlds. 6-day difference between Wind Waker HD.
That was last year?
What?
Twilight Princess came out last year?
Yeah, remember we were doing our top games of the year, and then at the very end I was like, didn't Twilight Princess come out this year? We both forgot about that.
Longer.
No, that was last year. Actually, by the time the Switch comes out, it'll be a year. That's weird. Okay, so yeah, I like it. I don't know what I would give it at this point, honestly. There's just like literally like
what?
3 pages of Breath of the Wild stuff, which is kind of neat, but it's stuff we've already seen before, so it's nothing new. And a quote-unquote pull-out poster that you really can't pull out, but I mean, you probably could, but I want to break it. I mean, it's a cool artwork. You can see Hyrule Castle being shrouded by Calamity Ganon. So, yeah.
Gosh.
I would give it an 8.
It's missing things.
If I had to.
And it has an error.
It has an error?
You showed it to me.
Oh.
The name of the bosses were switched.
Oh.
Remember?
Yeah. Truman's not even on here, is she? Yeah, she is right there. See, she's in the book.
Not the actual...
She's in it right there. Right there. So, she's still in the book.
Whatever.
Anywhoozy whoopsie. I'm done. Your turn.
Alright, I got stuff. Okay. Bad Santa.
Which one?
Well, I just bought 2, because 2 just came out. I didn't go to the theater to see it.
You didn't, or you did?
I was going to, but it ended up not.
Okay.
But I went back and watched the first one, because I own it. But I haven't seen it in a while. Okay, Bad Santa, 2003. 2003 was
another one of those sequels that took 10 years to come
Yes,
out.
that seems to be a recurring theme in Hollywood today. They make these sequels way after this shit.
Yeah. We should play Mario Kart Wii. Sorry. Completely random thought.
No!
Anyway.
Billy Bob Thornton. His name is Willie.
What the heck what else was he in?
Sling Blade, one of the best movies ever made.
No, he's in something else. Go ahead. IMDb it.
Anyway. One of the best Christmas movies you will ever see. But it's very raunchy.
Lies and slander.
Lots of cursing and stuff.
Lies
And Billy Bob plays probably one of the most pathetic alcoholics you'll ever see in a movie. But he has this friend, he's a midget. And they go to malls and they be the Santa and the elf. And then they rob the mall. And so they do this once a year. They'll do this robbing.
It was in Princess Mononoke.
Billy Bob? Yeah, he did one of the voices.
Jigo.
But in this movie, the best thing about this movie though is the kid that he meets. This little
fat kid.
Yeah, this little chubby, curly-haired, snot-nosed kid who is kind of not all there in the head. He's very naive. He honestly believes that Willie is Santa Claus throughout the whole movie. And he's asking him all these questions. Like, where's your reindeer? And Willie will sarcastically say, like, oh, well, my sled's in the shop. And he'll be like, oh, well, where's the shop at? And all all this stuff. Mm-hmm. And he ends up living with the kid at one point in the movie. But to me, those were the best scenes because this kid is really one of the best characters. Probably my favorite kid character ever. Because he's so good. Ever? I think so. I can't think of another kid character that I like better than this kid. He's so good. And my favorite parts of the movie are the scenes with him and Willie. Those are the best parts of the movie.
I can only see one more thing that he was in.
Who's that kid? I don't think I've ever seen him.
No, Billy Bob.
And there are two genuinely touching moments in this movie with this kid. I mean, really well written. What? What is that?
Deadly Creatures. It was a Wii game, and it had Dennis Hopper and Billy Bob. Anyway.
But John Ritter's in it too. He's really funny. He plays the manager of the mall. He's kind of very sensitive. He's not into that much. It's his last movie before he died, John Ritter. Bernie Mac's in it as well. He's funny. It's a really funny movie too. The Blu-ray has the unrated version and the director's cut. I prefer the unrated version.
To director's cut?
Yes. Because there's stuff in the unrated version that's not in the director's cut. Like the boxing scene that's
Is
funny.
there stuff in the director's cut that's not
I don't remember. Nothing memorable. Like they cut out the whole advent calendar thing and they cut out the boxing scene. Which was funny. So if you're going to watch it, watch the unrated version. I prefer that version actually. So first one, I give it... I'm going to give it a 9. That's good stuff. Fast forward to 2016. Bad Santa 2. Now, I didn't really see a need for a sequel. I thought the first one ended really great. There was
They tend to do that now.
I don't see really the need for another one. I mean, especially this point, maybe a year later. Not 13 years later. Yeah. I mean, the kid is not a kid anymore. And that's part of the charm of the first movie was this kid. Well, he's 21 now. Yeah. He's in the movie. But it's interesting to see where these characters are now.
Yeah.
And that was a big reason why I wanted to see it. It's because I love the first movie anyway. But the kid is 21 now and still the same naive kind of dog kid. But not as cute because he's an adult and it's not as, ew, her eyes.
I know.
They're not blue, they're like gray.
In the movie they were.
She looks like an evil thing. The vampires.
She's apparently going to be in the Baywatch movie. But...
So they...
Which also has Dwayne Johnson in it. Anyway, continue.
So you think at the end of the first movie, you think he's not going to do this stuff anymore. He's kind of
okay.
Meeting this kid kind of changed him a little bit. Well, his middle midget partner comes back into his life, and he partners with what ends up being his Willie's mom, played by Kathy Bates, who's really good in this actually. $1 million job, and he come past that up. I guess it's $1 million. So they do this all over again, sort of. They go to a charity this time instead of a mall. It has funny parts to it. I don't think the movie's nearly as good as the first one, mainly because the kid ain't the kid anymore.
Right.
But if you're interested in seeing where these characters are, watch it. But it's not nearly as good. And I don't think it got good reviews either when it came out, which I can see why. The Blu-ray is pretty terrible. The special features are literally like a minute long. And there's really nothing... There's no real behind-the-scenes stuff at all. There's some deleted scenes. The one scene isn't even a deleted scene. It's in the movie. So I don't understand if there's an error there, or maybe it's... I watched it has the unrated version.
The first Bad Santa has a 7.1, and the second one
Rotten
has a
Tomatoes.
5.5.
Go to Rotten Tomatoes. I like percentages.
You like percentages.
And there's an alternate ending actually on the Blu-ray that was actually better than the ending that was in the movie, I thought.
This guy gave
But
it a
the
1.
special features are terrible. Wow.
So if you enjoyed the original, leave that as your memory, not this.
That's what I said. It didn't need to be a sequel. But there was this neat little thing. They did this thing called That's My Willie, animated shorts. And it was narrated by the kid, well, present day, grown-up kid. And it has these little animated things from between the first movie and this movie. Little adventures that him and Willie kind of went on. They're just weird kind of stick figure. I thought that was neat. That's kind of unique. You don't see that. So that was the best special feature. I know all the other stuff's kind of dumb. And there's no real special features on it. Second one, I give a 5, maybe. There were some funny moments, laugh out loud moments, but it wasn't as touching, believe it or not. As touching.
78% was the first one.
Yeah, okay, that's good. The second one?
Do they have, if I could just scroll down and
I'm
find
surprised
the
it's
second
just
one.
not there. There's no link to it, like... Well, that's weird. I guess you have to type the whole thing in again. But I don't know why. I guess they did. Well, they did a sequel because everyone loved the
23.
First. Yeah, there's the kid. He's not a kid anymore.
Well, 23%.
It still looks the same, amazingly.
So
that's Bad Santa. Watch the first one though. It's great. Okay, I got this book for Christmas called The Complete X-Files.
Okay.
I saw this online. I thought, I'll put it on my wish list. I didn't really know what it was. So I got it for Christmas. And it's big. It's probably... might be a little bit thinner than this. But a little wider. It's like a comic. It's like a coffee table book. It's pretty sturdy like this. Pretty thick. I thought it was going to be an encyclopedia type guidebook thing.
Okay.
It's not. So I'm kind of disappointed in that. It's more like a behind the scenes. Each chapter is a season or a movie. Okay. And it's actually an updated, revised edition. It adds this mini series that was on last year that I just did not like at all. I wish I was doing the podcast then. I could rant and rave about that stinking mini series. But anyway, I actually enjoyed the book for what it is. If you're an X-Files fan, I'd say pick it up. It's got a lot of pictures in it, a lot of behind.
Pick it up.
They talk about each season. Behind the scenes stuff. They talk about the episodes and the characters a little bit, and some in the story arcs a little bit, but it's mostly them talking about what was going on, at the time and stuff. So it's not what I was hoping it was going to be, but it's still not bad, actually. But I just finished that. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., what me and Morgan were talking about, how that's probably the best episode they've ever had. It was very emotional,
Morgan was
dark, pretty dark episode.
Morgan was telling me about the scene with Fitz
and an ending that was really good stuff. So I was impressed.
Everybody's favorite character.
I was very impressed with, whatever, sort of.
Okay, he's a dream, but he's still back.
Well, it's not really a dream. It's like the Matrix. It's like the Matrix. Watch the Matrix.
Are they going an Inception route here?
No, it's not. No.
I know.
It's more the Matrix than Inception. Do you even know what the Matrix is?
I've never seen the Matrix.
But do you know what it is?
Yes.
What is it?
A movie.
Duh, not the movie, the actual Matrix.
No. I told you I haven't seen it, so...
Well, you had to have heard of it. My goodness, it's been around. It's pop culture. You don't know what the Matrix is. You want me to tell you what the Matrix is?
I really don't care about the Matrix.
Well, I'll get to understand what's going on in Agents. Why don't you just watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
I was going to say, just watch that and I'll be fine.
Yeah. All right, moving on to comics. I got 2 new books this week.
2?
One of them is an awesome collection, which I know I've talked about before when they announced this. Wolverine Prehistory.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of issues and appearances before his debut in Hundred Walk.
Debut.
Lots of stuff that I do not have that I wanted to get for a long, long time that they compiled into this thing. So I started reading it, and I'm going to go through what I've read so far. Okay. Like I said, all this stuff takes place between Origin 2 and I guess I'm trying to think between Origin 2 and probably the Weapon X storyline, which was where he got his adamantium. I think, as far as I know, I didn't get to the end of this because I don't know if he has metal claws at the end. But anyway, it's compiled in chronological order, story-wise, not publication-wise. So we start off with Marvel Comics Presents, which was a series. This was a series that Marvel did where each issue was like 3 different stories featuring 3 different characters.
Okay.
And the story would run for a couple of issues. So this one is issues 93 to 98. I did not have it. I don't have these. This is my first time reading this.
Yay!
So chronologically, this is really early in Logan's life. Well, actually, it's a flashback. It takes place, well, not present day. These issues were written like early 90s.
Okay.
So early 90s, Wolverine goes to Canada like he always does. He goes and takes a little vacation every now and then in Canada. He'll go walk the wilderness or whatever he does. And he's sleeping at this fire and he has this sort of dream memory thing flashing back to this way back where he was working for this company and he had to go talk to these Indians. I can't remember if this is in Canada or if this is in the U.S. It had to be in Canada because, well, I'll get to that point. But he meets up with these Indians and they are attacked by this worm thing. This weird-looking worm creature, and he kills this woman that he falls for, and then he kills him and this other Indian guy kill this thing. Then he wakes up wondering if it's real, and then he goes to this cave and he finds the bones of the... So it must have been real, right?
Must have.
It must have been. So that was the first story. The next story was a story from the Amazing Immortal Man one-shot that came out a couple years ago.
Okay.
Where he was in a circus and they were doing all this, like, hurting him, because he heals.
Right.
So he was a sideshow attraction
in
this thing. But they were also doing weird stuff behind the scenes. It wasn't that great of a story. Then the next issue is Wolverine Volume 3, number 32. Which takes place during World War II. Wolverine is in a concentration camp. And this is probably the best story I've read so far. He doesn't say a word.
Okay.
And it's narrated by the head of the camp, this Nazi guy, who's replacing the guy before him, because the guy before him kind of went crazy. So this guy comes in, and they shoot Wolverine. But then he comes back in the middle of the night and just standing outside this guy's room whistling.
Creepy.
And so they keep killing him and the guy keeps coming back at night whistling. They do all these things and burn him alive and all this stuff. He can't die and it drives the guy crazy. Mm-hmm. And then he ends up time moving down to a chair and begging him to say something, why are you doing this? And beats the crap out of him and ends up setting a fire and kills the guy. And then they have to replace him with, like, the end of the book is identical to the very beginning of the book. It's a new guy coming in, taking over. And a really good story because Wolverine doesn't say a word, and he's drawn really weird, like he's all in shadow.
Okay.
Like, it's strange. Like, it's creepy. Like, that's probably the creepiest I've ever seen Wolverine. But he was doing it. He's playing those mind games. He likes to do those little mind games. That's probably the best issue I've read so far. And then there's 2 stories in the Wolverine number 1000 one shot that they did a couple years ago. Those were actual two World War II stories. There too. One, he was fighting off the Nazis were making these werewolves. Yeah, they were turning their soldiers into werewolves, and he had to fight one. And then after that is Logan: Path of the Warlord. This was like a graphic novel they did in the 90s, which that one I did not have. That was on my list, my checklist. That one, he goes to another dimension and fights this guy. Yeah, this is the first time he's ever done that. He ever gone to another dimension. He doesn't know what's going on, you know. But he's working for these group of people called Lander, Luckman, and Lake, which show up way later in the 90s. This is sort of like a prequel thing. So his first job for them, and he goes, to fight this guy in a third dimension because this guy wants to take over other dimensions. Blah blah blah. Blah. Mm-hmm. And then after that, it's Wolverine, Agent of Atlas, digital comics, and there's a superhero group called Agents of Atlas, who were around for a really long time. This story takes place in 1958. Really short story. It's basically they're fighting these bugs that attach themselves to people's necks and it takes over their brain, and they have to kill these bugs. And that's all I've read so far. There's a lot more in this collection. But I'm really happy that they're collecting this stuff. Oh boy, was I happy!
I'm sure it's like
it's like
the bugs.
Yeah, they weird. They're huge. They stick at the back of the neck.
No thanks.
You don't like that?
No thanks.
Oh man, there's
I'm not a big bug person.
Oh really? Oh man, you should see this X-Files episode. These bugs. Oh man, that's an awesome episode.
I still remember. I think it was the first time you were watching Fringe, and you were at
Fringe.
I was still living with the parents, and you came over, and you watched it back in my room. I was playing Spirit Tracks, ironically.
Yeah.
And what was it? All I remember was there was bugs inside of people, and after they died.
I don't even remember this.
I do, because it was disturbing.
Oh, well then.
I'm gonna continue watching.
I used to watch Creepshow. I think there was a whole... Creepshow was this movie that was a series of stories, which they don't do anymore, which I wish they would. My dad loves this movie. But I'm pretty sure one of those was about bugs. Bugs were just... This guy was freaked out by bugs. If I remember correctly. And then they just, infested his apartment. I have to watch that again. That movie's pretty wild.
No thanks. I'm good.
Stephen King's in one of them. He's actually in a movie.
I could see that. Oh, I just thought of a news article.
That Stephen King thing?
No.
What?
I'll let you finish yours.
That's it.
Oh, that's
Talk about everything else. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Well,
okay.
Walking Dead. We meet these new people that are weird. I don't even understand what these people talk like. They talk weird. Like, what?
Sounds like rain.
Anyway, they meet up with these new people that live in a junkyard, but they act like they act like they've never seen. Like the way they talk is like they've never interacted with human beings before or something. Like they talk like. It's like, the zombie apocalypse, really, all these people probably were alive.
Yeah. Like,
why are you all talking like you don't know how to talk anymore? Use English.
There's an article that popped up that, did you catch the UFO thing in The Walking Dead? And I was like, are they going to introduce aliens? I'm like, what?
It's not an airplane. It's too fast. I don't know. I didn't even notice it when I was watching. It's probably just an error, like Lord of the Rings in the background. You can see a car.
When?
I think they took it out of the DVDs.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, in the background when they leave Hobbiton for the first time, Sam and Frodo. There's a car in the background.
I'm sure you could look that up and find the clip.
Oh yeah, you probably could.
Yeah,
because they took it out of the DVD. I'm pretty sure they did. Or go to IMDb, look at Goofs. It'll be there.
They'll tell you about it. They'll show a picture.
Right. So YouTube it then.
Yeah. And then the article that... Go ahead.
Dateline.
Okay.
Dateline NBC.
Alright.
They had a Making a Murderer special on there.
Okay. I don't...
You know what Making a Murderer is?
I know of it, yes.
It is. Let me tell you something. Making a Murderer has got to be the most amazing freaking story I've ever freaking seen. Real life story. I mean, do you know what it is? Do you know what it's about?
The Making of a Murder?
Yes. You know what that documentary is about?
The Making of a Murder? I don't know.
Murderer.
Okay.
Stephen Avery. What's this? The Receipt. What is this? What are you watching?
It's an ad. It's the car thing.
Anyway, Stephen Avery is a guy from Wisconsin, and I'm trying to remember now. He wasn't, well, him and his family weren't very popular.
Okay.
Well, this girl gets raped, and out of a police lineup, she points out Stephen Avery, I believe. What is this, the car?
Apparently.
Well, it has to be the... Are they going to point it out or something? I can't remember exactly where it is. I think it's back there. In that shot. Or... Is it back there?
I can't tell.
You're not going to be able to see it. Why don't they point it out to you? Why don't they, like...
Anyway, continue through a thing while I think of...
Stephen Avery. She pointed him out in a police lineup, if I remember correctly. It could be wrong. But she pointed him out. And he went to jail for like 18 years. Okay? 18 years.
That's ridiculous.
And then they found out they had the wrong guy. DNA proved it was someone else. Which they knew for a little bit and didn't do anything about it. Well, then he was freed. Right? Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was back there. Can't really tell.
No, you can't tell. Anyway, okay.
He was freed. Well, he sues the police department for like $36 million, something like that, right?
Okay.
And in the middle of this lawsuit, a girl gets murdered. A photographer who was taking pictures of his van, because he was going to sell his van or truck or something. Mm-hmm. And she was murdered, or she went missing. No, she went missing. They found her car in his junkyard, and then found her bones in his pit. But they pretty much, this is how most people think he didn't do it, that the police framed him. Because they were on his property for days searching for evidence. Mm-hmm. And they found this key days later, but so right laying on the floor beside his dresser. There's no ounce of blood, though, in his apartment at all. Her car is in his junkyard. Mm-hmm. But there's his blood is in the car. And the one lawyer pointed out, well, why didn't he has a car compactor in his... Mm-hmm. All he had to do was put the car in the car compactor. There would be no evidence at all. Yeah. So people are thinking they planted the car, they planted everything, they planted the key because the key wasn't there the first time they looked. Plain sight on the floor, they showed a picture of it. So there was a lot of weird stuff. Well, he's convicted again. He's in jail right now. But he's got a new lawyer on the case right now trying to get him freed. And that's probably going to be season 2 of this Making a Murder, because they said they're going to do another season. But his poor nephew was also charged because the police got a false confession out of him, this poor kid. You've probably seen that on the news, because he has a very low IQ, and he only told them what they wanted to hear just to get him to stop bothering him. I mean, it's pretty sad, this poor kid. He's like 17 and he was put in jail. He's like 27 now. But the judge overturned that recently. He's supposed to get freed in a couple of months. But the Dateline had a special update about the case, and they were talking to the guy who did the interview, and he thinks, it wasn't a coerced confession. Clearly it is. If you watch, oh my gosh, it's terrible. But I'll tell you, if you watch that documentary, I just couldn't believe it after I watched that documentary. I couldn't believe it. I mean, it's clearly the police set him up. Right. It's pretty clear when you watch the whole thing. I mean, it's pretty remarkable, actually, that they would do this to somebody. because they didn't like him and he was suing them because they wrongfully put him away before. This poor guy, twice in his life, is wrongfully accused of something. I mean, it's amazing.
That's ridiculous.
18 years the first time, though. He's still in jail now. It's been 10 years, I think, for something he didn't even do.
That's ridiculous.
But you got people who think he did do it. But I think the majority of people, it's just the fact that there's no blood. And that key thing, because they didn't find that key. When they searched that place the first time, they didn't find this key. How can you not find it? And then they found it a couple of days later. Whatever. And then the kid claimed his uncle shot her in the garage. Right? There's no blood. Blood's impossible to clean up. I've watched enough Forensic Files episodes. No, blood is really hard to clean up. So if he was a master of cleaning stuff up, why didn't he clean his own blood that supposedly came from the earlier case that the police had evidence, because there was a hole in the top of the vial that someone stuck a needle in there. Yeah, that's the other thing. From the rape case, they had his blood. I guess that's a routine thing for DNA. Well, when they looked at this vial for this second case, they noticed a pinhole at the top of the thing. Someone put a needle in there. They could have pulled that blood out of there and put it in their car.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's the big thing right now. I think this new lawyer is trying to get that blood tested to see if it's the blood from that vial. That will prove that he was set up. So I'm hoping that that's the case.
Interesting.
It is very interesting. I couldn't believe it when I was watching it. I just couldn't believe that he put him away again. The worst part though was his nephew, because he had nothing to do with it. That poor kid. Just 17 years old going to jail for nothing because the police wanted some sort of a confession.
Yeah.
Put this guy away.
That's ridiculous.
It's pretty bad, but we'll see what this second season. I don't know when this season's gonna be on. I don't know when this new trial is gonna start. I don't know. I'm very curious about it. Very curious to see what happens here. So, but anyway, like I said, Dateline had a special. I watched it the other day. They didn't really reveal anything new. Just kind of an overview of the case, and they talked to the guy who did the interview, because that's been the focus in the news lately. Has been that false confession that has been scrutinized by people. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. My thing was
what?
The Mystery Science Theater thing.
Oh, jeez.
All
new people. Even the puppets have different voices.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
It's technically considered a new season, though, isn't it?
Oh, like it's the same show, but not the same people.
Yeah. Huh. It's starting in what, March?
Is it Netflix?
Yeah. I think it's March.
I mean, maybe the movie stuff will be funny. I don't know. I don't know how funny these guys will be. These new guys.
Are you gonna give it a chance?
I don't know. We'll see. When in March is it starting? Iron Fist comes on in March. I mean, it's awesome they're bringing it back. That's a show that should have stayed on forever, in my opinion.
Season 11 gets release date.
It's funny because those guys kept doing it with riff tracks. Anyway, they still wanted to just keep the show going.
It was announced April 14th. So April 14th. It's a Friday.
How many episodes?
Oh, this isn't telling me.
Boo hiss, man. Boo hiss.
Yeah, this doesn't tell me. Well, I don't know. This says it'll be the day we can all sit down and marathon the whole season or parse them out over 14 consecutive Saturdays. Does that mean it would be 14 episodes?
Yeah. I
So
wonder if they're 2 hours. I assume they are. They were always 2 hours.
probably, I don't see why that would change.
Unless they didn't do the host segments, but still, a movie would be at least an hour and a half.
If they didn't do the host segments, then why would they even bother
I know, you're right.
casting
They are,
all
'cause
those
Patton
people?
Oswalt's in it. Patton Oswalt's in
So
it.
I don't know. I probably give it a shot because I liked it, but probably it's not going to be the same. You already know that, but
I know. That's why I don't
that
like
doesn't
it.
mean it won't be funny.
You're right. You're right. We'll see. We'll see, I guess. I don't know. The new volume comes out next month.
They're still really.
This one's got one I remember, the Moon Monster guy. One. I remember that one. I remember thinking
I
that
need to
one.
watch more of that, but we have to get
It
to
hit
the
or
rest
miss.
of
That's
Batman.
the problem with Mr.
We have to
Science
get you to
Theater.
watch
Hit or
Danny
miss.
Phantom, and then we can hit Mr. Science, which will probably take us the rest
That
of
will
our
take.
lives.
It will.
And then
Unless
some.
we just watch the good ones. If I open it sometimes.
I
I
don't think
they're
we
hit
have
or
to watch
miss.
all of them. Like you know,
I
which
know
ones are
which
good. Like
ones
the
are
Gamera
good.
ones, those are kind of funny.
Yeah.
And the Boggy Creek.
Hamlet was terrible. What?
Something black.
We watched Boggy Creek like a million times.
It's still hilarious. Did we watch it with Morgan?
I'm sure we did. We had
I'd
to.
have to ask her if we
That's
did.
always the first one we show someone. It's his Boggy Creek Creature.
I
Two.
still
Boggy
remember.
Creek 2.
I still remember the one we watched with her and Anna. And we were laughing at the commentary, and
Oh
everybody
my
like, "We
God.
gotta stop! We're trying to watch the actual movie."
That
I'm
defeats
like,
the whole purpose of the grandma thing. Grandma! That guy.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh, that was
werewolf.
Was it the
werewolf?
no,
That
wasn't
was
it called
werewolf.
like the Louisiana Werewolf or something like that?
No, it's just called werewolf.
Werewolf.
That's the way that lady said it. Werewolf.
Yeah, that was.
That had.
oh my
Well, I
gosh.
tell you what. Back in the day when that episode was first on, I still remember it.
What, the werewolf one?
Back when that was
Mm-hmm.
on, when it was new that day, Saturday morning, when that shot.
Oh, Saturday mornings.
They were on Saturday on Sci-Fi.
Okay.
It used to be on Comedy Central, but I didn't watch it at that point. But new ones were on Saturday mornings. That scene where he changed into a werewolf and he's walking down and he's going down the street and this guy just starts fighting them and they're like, "Oh, a random guy that can kick a werewolf's ass." Oh my God! I thought that was the funniest thing at that point in my life. That was the funniest thing I had ever freaking seen in my life.
Well, some of those movies back then, you're like, what were like?
I know, like, why is this random dude like beating the crap out of? Like, normally in a normal movie, the world's killing, you know.
What was the one
But
we
that
watched?
guy just starts beating
With
which
the
I thought
little
was awesome.
It was little creatures.
Oh,
Ah,
yeah, I know what you mean. What was that one called?
oh my goodness.
Well, they like hallucinated. They made people hallucinate.
Was that the same thing?
Yeah. It was like Gremlins, sort of. They were like Gremlins.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
They weren't Gremlins.
No, they weren't. It was weird. I remember that one. I also
Okay.
remember that dinosaur one we watched.
Yeah.
That was
That Jean-Claude Van Damme guy.
Yeah.
Like, wasn't really Van Damme, but sure did look like him.
That was weird. All of them are weird, but
Well, all these movies are terrible, yeah.
yeah,
But they're not always funny. It just depends.
they
on...
should do some of the movies nowadays that have like.
They do. Riff
Whoa.
tracks. Riff tracks.
I mean, like
modern movies.
actual.
Well, I don't know what
thing.
type of movies these new guys are doing.
That's true. Super Mario Brothers movie.
I think Riff Tracks did that, didn't they?
You said they did.
That'd be one to see. I'd like to.
Yeah, that.
I don't know how to. They show them at the movie theater.
Mr. Science?
No Riff Tracks.
Really?
Yeah, because they had Sharknado. Yeah, the Sharknado one on there.
Oh my goodness. Aren't they making a fifth one of that or
I
sixth or
don't know.
whatever?
Who cares? I've never seen one of them.
I saw bits and pieces of one, and I'm just like, what? It was at Jason's. We were waiting for Jason's. I think we were waiting for Jason's Xbox One to install or something, or do something, or
So you
update
watched
or something. So Jason turns on the Sci-Fi Channel, and there's Sharknado, and he's like, it's just so bad that it's actually hilarious. So we watched some of it, and then I got distracted with his Xbox One, so I actually didn't get to finish it. But
You know, Arrested Development,
yes,
one of my favorite shows ever. Well, that new season on Netflix did this crazy. They had this crazy little subplot where they were doing a Fantastic Four musical based off of the old Fantastic Four movie. This old Fantastic Four movie that never really came out.
Okay.
And they showed clips of the Mystery Science Theater guys watching. They filmed it for this season, rest of the development. Oh my god, I was like, what in the world is this? I thought this was so cool.
Is it the new guys or the old guys?
It was the original.
Huh. Nice.
Yeah. I was just like, what? They were on something else too. I can't remember. It wasn't Family Guy. I don't know what it was. They were on doing something. But I couldn't believe that. First of all, it was Fantastic Four that they were doing. Combined with Mystery Science Theater, I was like, wow.
Netflix can get away with stuff like that.
Well, it's the rest of the development too. They're crazy on that show.
Okay, well, I got nothing else. You got anything? We're at an hour.
No. I got Skittles to eat.
Yes, you do.
I got a pack of Skittles here.
Thank you all for watching episode 20. Next week is Switchmas.
Yeah, yay. We got to tell you all about our adventures in Hyrule.
Yeah, we will. All our deaths and our thoughts on the Switch itself.
Oh my gosh, look.
That is the thinnest Skittle I've ever seen.
It got squished or something.
So, thank you all for watching. Tune in next week for Switchmas. And...
Switchmas?
Switchmas.
Is that what you're calling it?
Next week, probably. Merry Switchmas. I don't know. So until then, everybody, have a good one. Keep those countdowns going.
Watch Bad Santa.
Keep that hype down. Watch San Andreas and Bad Santa at the same exact time. And you're probably getting some weird things there. But, so, yeah. Thank you all for watching. Sayonara. Say goodbye.
Bye.
Yeah, Muncher.
Muncher.